The Warner Brothers Clint Eastwood thing will get me heated because it's
well,
maddening.
let's get out of the way then. Let's get out of the way.
Warner Bros. In the States will release Clint Eastwood's likely final film because the man is 94 years old. Juror number 2 in less than 50 theaters. I think the recent report I read mentions that there's like a couple theaters in New York, I think like 6, and then 3 in Los Angeles and 1 in Chicago that already has it listed. And then like that's the ultra limited release that some movies get, right? Sometimes it's only just one movie in LA or New York, but often it's like those first like 10 to 15, maybe 20, maybe 50 until a movie gets into wide release, which is largely considered around 1,000. I think the United States have around like 5,000 to 6,000 theaters in total. Don't quote me on that though, I don't know for sure, but it just is like a really, really, really slim percentage of the total movie screens available. And Kevin and I discussed this a bunch, very in a heated way, because the disrespect from the studio that has been making movies with him for the last 50 years, Lachlan, is basically saying, yeah, no, we don't have confidence in your movie. Fuck that. We wanted to push it straight to HBO Max, and it's actually our courtesy. And we're actually really, really giving you a gift in a way to even put it out into theaters in the States. While worldwide, Warner Brothers has decided to release it. It releases here on the 1st or 2nd of January, and I assume it's going to get a pretty normal release here. The movie from the trailer that we already discussed as well, it looks pretty good as well. So I completely do not get the decision from the skeeving little fucking dirtbag that is David Zaslav, who's had a really infuriating quote about this as well. He said it's not show friends, it's show business. That was basically one of the things that he said about this. Right? Basically putting the dollar amount above what I get a filmmaker of Clint Eastwood's caliber would deserve. And this kind of ties into how Paramount handled the last film of William Friedkin that was pushed straight to Paramount Plus after its Venice premiere. Kevin and I both got to see it in a theater, and I think it kind of worked well in that setting. It probably wouldn't have done crazy numbers. I think Juror number 2 is a bit more of a bankable movie for the big screen, but I just think this is bonkers. Like, if you say the movie business is not really working in a theatrical release and maybe there wouldn't be an audience for it, who does it hurt? Like, what alternative has Warner Brothers this year that they really are not giving a fuck at all about like a potential good movie that could have like that could find its audience with like the last hurrah of a filmmaker that is at the end of his life and at the end of his career as well. I think this is just like mad disrespectful and just a bad direction for the business overall. I don't think you got as heated about this, Lachlan, but I don't know if you have anything to add, any other thoughts to this.
No, I think you pretty much nailed it in a great way. I think you were quite calm. I think you did a fantastic job keeping your level head.
I got some stuff out last night. So.
All I want to say is I think it's a fuck up. I think that it's a major misstep. I think that it's incredibly disrespectful as well. I think that that's mainly what it is. And I get it. It's show business, but this is one of the greats, and he has worked his entire life to really perfect
with Warner
his
Brothers
craft,
as well,
with Warner Brothers. And look, it's not the same company that he worked with initially. They have changed, and yes, they haven't had as many successes, but let me ask you this. In a different timeline where Joker 2 succeeded, would they actually have released this in theaters no matter what? Or are they really trying to cut corners to make it?
No, what was his other film that was like his last final hurrah to cry macho to Westerns? Where like Kevin mentions this, he lays out in the grass and it's like basically a send-off to all the characters that he's played in the past. It kind of feels like that for the audience. Zaslav didn't like the performance of that movie already. So it's been something that I think was... I didn't like Cry Macho either. But, regardless of the quality of the film...
Kev's fingers like writing out the paragraph of how wrong we are.
No, well, he said I think he said he likes Cry Macho basically for the send off that it presents for his Western characters. I think he kind of sees it as like not a great Western film as well. Anyways, I'm going to see it in theaters when it releases here in Switzerland. It's also worldwide, like just getting that theatrical release, maybe also in limited release, but just in the States, really, it's probably going to be like 25 theaters that it will be playing in, and then be on likely also because they are stupid like that. They're probably going to like release it on HBO Max sooner than they should, and maybe that's even going to have an impact on the international release. Warner Bros. Is just stupid like that, so I wouldn't put it past them.